Hi everyone, welcome to this community Q&A. I'm Oscar, one of the community managers here at Rovio, and joining me today is Robin.
Hello.
One of the designers on Angry Birds 2. So a couple of weeks ago we asked all of you questions that you would have for the development team, and I'm here today with a paper full of questions and a designer full of answers.
Yeah.
So to begin with, let's ask some things about design.
Okay.
Robin, what is your favorite thing to design in Angry Birds 2?
So I really like to create new features, like new pigs, new birds, things like that. That's
All right.
my favorite for sure.
All right. And on the topic of designing things as well, in the past we've hosted a couple of design contests with the community where we've made boss levels and similar. Mm-hmm. Do we have any plans on making any more boss levels or community levels, or where we're at?
I mean, no, we don't have any plans, but if we want to, sure, we can probably plan something like that.
All right.
Why not?
So we might be making some more in the future then.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Sure.
When you make new features, how do you decide what you're gonna be making, and like who can bring the ideas, and what's the process like?
Okay, so anyone can have an idea, anyone on the development team, so we get ideas from all over the place, and when we have an idea, the design team refines it, and if we still like it when we have created a concrete design, then it goes into production and then it goes in the game.
All right. So designing things then, you're one of the designers in Angry Birds 2.
Yep.
How many designers are working on it right now?
So we have 3 designers and 1 level designer.
Okay. All right. So being a designer, you mentioned that you enjoy working on features.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite thing to work on?
Definitely levels.
All right.
I'm not a fan of designing levels, so we are so blessed to have a talented level designer that likes to do that, so
All right.
I don't have to.
So you guys have like different talents within being a designer.
Yeah,
You can specialize into different things instead.
When you design things, you definitely want people with different perspectives, so you can make the best product.
All right. Also on this design topic in general, when you get an idea for something that you think is going to be great for the game, how long time does it usually take before that idea is a reality and the players can enjoy it?
Oh, I mean, that's a really hard question to answer. Sometimes it takes a year for us to design something because we're looking at back and forth. But for smaller changes, I mean, a couple of weeks. It definitely depends. And some designs have taken years, and we brought them back many times in
Right. So
different perspectives.
small features might be faster and large things obviously slower.
Yeah.
All right. So also on the topic of designing, sort of, is a question we have from a player about testing different levels out once they're created. Mm-hmm. And they mentioned if we're testing them on different aspect ratios, like the iPhone, the iPad, and all these things.
Yeah, so we have a few targets, like these are the most important screens to test for. Then we test for a lot more screens because we want the game to work everywhere, obviously, but I mean, in some cases, you just can't test every screen there is in the world. So if you have a very large iPad or something like that, sometimes there's problems for sure.
Right.
But we try our best to make it work for everyone.
I mean, it makes sense. We have players everywhere in the world, and we want everyone to play the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on to the next topic, it's about the daily challenge and the KPP. One of the features that we've had in the game for the longest time almost. And the first question is, why is the daily challenge so difficult to actually complete?
So we call it the daily challenge because we want it to be challenging. This should be challenging you every day, and that's also why it gets harder as you get better at it. So, and that is the purpose of the feature. The KPP is sort of the daily challenge too, as well. It's supposed to be even harder, so that's the reason, basically.
Right, and it gets more challenging as you get better as well, right?
Yeah.
So a new player will have a slightly easier daily challenge.
Exactly, because we want to challenge you at your level.
All right. When you get to the King Pig's Panic, you play through 3 different boss levels, right? Mm-hmm. And currently you have to play through like the first one and the second one. But if you fail on the third one, you have to play through all of them all over again. Mm-hmm. And the player is asking if we could potentially test having them just replay the third level if they fail on the third level.
I mean, yeah, we're always looking for ways to make things better. We're testing things like that all the time, so sure, we can have a look and see how that works.
All right, so maybe something to come.
Yeah, maybe something. Can't promise anything, but
yeah. And last question on the topic of the daily challenge is, a player is wondering if there's a chance for us to add some more variety to the boss levels in the KPP. because they feel like there's often the same few levels showing up time and time again.
Yeah, and I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm actually working on this right now. So hopefully very soon.
We'll have some more levels in there.
Well, hopefully.
All right.
Fingers
well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I think that brings us to the end of the questions for the first episode. Robin, thanks for answering.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be back again with a second episode answering the rest of your questions. And we'll see you all then. Welcome back, everyone, to this episode of the Community Q&A. This is episode 2. And joining me today again is Robin, one of the designers on Angry Birds 2.
Nice to be back.
And we also have special guest Bomb with us in this episode. So last time we covered a bunch of design-related questions and some challenges with the daily challenge and everything around that. Today we're gonna start with some arena questions.
Right.
So right off the bat, we received a lot of questions about the new arena when we launched it, and we knew it was a big change.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's been a while, what are the numbers looking like? Are we seeing something?
So we know that a lot more players are playing the arena now than in the past. So we're very excited about that for sure. And we also know that some people don't like every aspect of it, and we're always looking to improve things. So we talk about the arena still.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. And we have a player actually asking specifically about the new Master League, which I guess of course is the most difficult place to play right now.
For sure.
Yeah. So how does that really work? Because you're gonna be matched against the best of the best, I guess.
Yeah. So the Master League doesn't take into account your flock power at all. It's basically just the best 500 players in the world. So when you get to the Master League, you can get a bit of a shock because sometimes people are much stronger or much weaker, but it's just because it's the top in the world.
And that's why it comes with the best rewards as well, right?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. So clans is a big thing in Angry Birds 2, and we know that the clans are engaging our players a lot and that people enjoy finding friends and making relationships through them. So I'm wondering, or the players wondering, if we are planning any improvements to the clan area, such as being able to tell if a member got kicked or if they left on their own, maybe make signing up for the battle easier, or things like that in general.
We have some both small and big improvements in the pipeline, and we're always looking to improve the clans, basically. I'm not sure when that will happen. We'll have to see, but we're definitely looking into it.
Yep. All right. So another aspect of the game is the Mighty Eagles challenge, the boot camp.
Yeah.
And a player wonders if there's a record for the most rooms you can clear, or if there's an end to it.
There is an end to it. I think the number is 16, maybe?
Yeah, they're around 16, 15.
Yeah, 15, 16, yeah.
They add that they've made it to 11 so far, so they would be pretty close to the end.
That's really good.
Oh,
that's
nice.
really good.
Just a couple more rooms to clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have to increase the number of rooms.
Yeah, true. Make it 20.
Yeah.
Another player is asking if it would be possible to actually shoot from the right-hand side of the screen to the left, so that we would have the slingshot on the opposite end of the screen and have sort of backwards levels.
Yeah. The thing is that you can actually cancel your shots by pulling the bird to the other side. So the slingshot has been built to always be on one side. And I guess not everyone knows about this, but that's the reason. You want to pull to the right to
cancel the shot.
Yeah, cancel the shot, get another bird, pull to the left to shoot. So
if I'm aiming with red and I realize I would have preferred to use Chuck, I can just send red
exactly
to the other end of the screen and swap bird instead.
And that's why we have this basically.
All right. So currently no levels is going to be backwards, but
no.
All right, I see you. So the fan-created boss levels, we made 2 of them in the past. Will they appear in the game soon? Are we still figuring them out, or what's the...
So the fan levels are a little bit, let's say, crazier than the usual stuff we make. So they took a little bit extra time to sort of polish so they don't break. But the plan right now is to release them in the next update.
Right, so they will soon be available.
Very soon.
That's exciting. Finally see them in the game.
Yeah.
And another question from the players is about the feats. They want more feats. Do we have any plans about the feats or achievements and all those things?
We don't have any plans, but I can look at that as well. I mean, I didn't know.
Didn't know they were.
I didn't know people were.
Well, I mean, so that's what we do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, then we'll see. So maybe some more feats if we decide.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay, sure. When you're in a level, you get 3 birds to start with from your deck. Are they random, the 3 birds you get, or are they in the order that's best to sort of handle the level?
So the birds are random for everyone, but they're also the same if you're playing the same level. So we randomize, but it's not like complete chaos. If you play the same thing as someone else in the arena, for example, then you will have the same order.
Right.
But they are random.
So in a clan battle, when the clan battle starts, it's random what birds we get, but you and I would get the same birds. All right, okay, that makes sense. So I think we might be coming down to the end here with the questions. Here's a fun question actually. How do we come up with the different bird sounds? Is that you guys as designers just chirping away in a room, or
No, we have sound people, and they create the sounds, and they create a couple of different sounds for every bird, so it won't repeat so often, and they're brilliant. They make a lot of music and all kinds of sounds.
All right, cool. And last question of today actually is about hat sets. How long time does it take to design a hat set? Who gets to name them, and where does the idea sort of come from?
So just like any design, ideas can come from anywhere. So anyone can say it would be cool to have this kind of hat set. But most often it's the artists that create the hats. They come up with ideas and they create hats. We have like a committee, I guess, that names them, and I've named a few. And also I do a lot of the names for adventures and things like that go with hats. So
because adventure names go together with the hats, but it's not the same name usually.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of all the questions that we had collected so far, and the end of episode 2. So once again, Robin, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to be back.
Yeah, and hey, maybe we'll do this again in the future. So hit us with more questions, and we'll collect them over time. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.